Welcome to another In the Geek Room review, and today I'm actually looking at Rocketman, the Elton John biopic. Now, I'll be honest with you, we're going into this film, I was not an Elton John fan. You know, he's made some good stuff, but it's not the sort of film that made me want to go out after watching it and go out and buy his back catalogue, as I did with Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen biopic. Now, the thing is, I find it hard to actually say anything bad about Rocketman. Uh, because there's so much potential and it's cleverly done. And that's the thing that strikes me that struck me about the movie is Dexter Fletcher, who took over duties towards the end of production of Bohemian Rhapsody. I think he did about 3 weeks work on the movie, and is the director of Rocketman, and he takes the biopic and does something completely unique with it. Well, at least to my knowledge, I'm not really much of a musical fan as such. And he actually makes a biopic that is a musical, and it's that whole thing is just fantastic the way he does pull it off. But to me, it was a lot more grittier in the look, and you know the subject is a lot more raw, say it's raw, it's a lot more raw than Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody was very, very glossy, and glossy in appearance. And Bohemian Rhapsody was one of my favourite films of 2018. So anything I say about this is not a diss at Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody is, in my opinion, one of the defining biopics. It's an incredible film, but Rocketman could have done with that glossy look that Bohemian Rhapsody had, but the construction and everything, the way that they turn Elton John's life story into a musical, and it is a traditional musical in that sense, it's absolutely fantastic. So I give it complete five stars for what it attempted to do, and Dexter Fletcher was brave enough to do this, and that's where it is. The casting is superb, and they cast do their own vocals in this movie. In Rocketman, it's brilliant. But I want to point out the point. This, to me, as great as Taron Egerton is as Elton John, to me the two that stand out is Steve Mackintosh as Elton John's father Stanley, and Bryce Dallas Howard as his mother Sheila. Completely dislikable characters, and they pull it off perfectly. Because I like Bryce Dallas Howard. You know, she's brilliant, and she's, you know, I know her mainly from the Jurassic World movies, and Stephen Mackintosh from the incredible Lucky Man TV series. You know, the casting is superb, and you know the story is for Rocketman is brave. You know, they do not shy away from Elton John's drug use and his sexuality, and you know the character. It's great it's great in how brave they are to put all this forward. I mean, I know that was one of the complaints a lot of people had about Bohemian Rhapsody is the underplay of Freddie Mercury's sexuality. But this is a, you could argue that, or you could say that Rocketman is a warts and all, especially with the drug use of Elton John's life. But you know, I just didn't find there was that connection there as I had with the with Bohemian Rhapsody. Like I said, yeah, go see this. Go see Rocketman. It is very brave, and the construction is fantastic. It would have just done. It could have been better if it had just that little bit more glossier look with not with the actual movie itself, but with the actual cameras and the production. If it had that, it could have still retained the story and all the elements. And I didn't connect with the music as much as I did with Bohemian Rhapsody. And like I said, there's always going to be that comparison, Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocketman. Not just because of Dexter Fletcher's involvement towards the end of production of Bohemian Rhapsody, but it's an iconic British singer and iconic British band. I mean, like I said, the casting is on point with Rocketman. I just didn't engage with it. But then again, I suppose you could argue that's because I didn't want to go out and buy Elton John's back catalogue after watching it. I think for me, Bohemian Rhapsody worked better because there was the music to me was more appealing. But like I said, Taron Egerton, Jamie Bell, Richard Madden, Bryce Dallas Howard, Steve Mackintosh, and the other supporting cast. But those ones, they are superb in the film. And Dexter Fletcher, like I said already, is turning a biopic and turning it to a traditional musical. Like I said, when I was watching it, it did feel like Bohemian Rhapsody meets La La Land. And like I said, I go see this film and I really want it to be successful just for how brave it was in that sense. So, not best film I've ever seen, but like I said, it's still a bit of tweaking. It would have been for me a 5-star movie. Like I said, I'm finding it hard to actually say anything bad about the film because the effort and what it took to actually inspiration and everything behind the film is absolutely fantastic. And like I said, go see this film. I just thought just the fact that it was a musical and the construction of it just lost a bit in translation towards the end. I'd say it's a 3.5 to 4 stars out of 5, but definitely I'm giving it 5-star for how brave it was to actually, it's a musical, traditional musical, and all singing it. And I did like some of the elements. I just couldn't relate to the music as much. So that's been my review of Rocketman. Like I said, go see the film. It's one of these films I will buy on Blu-ray because I thought it was brave, and Dexter Fletcher, full marks for what he attempted. So that's been my review of Rocketman. See you all another In the Geek Room review.